Hello, beautiful souls. I hope you're doing amazing. This is going to be your love story reading for mid-December. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification button if you like to know when the next videos will be posted. Also, if you need a private reading, I'll be more than happy to do that for you. Links in the description box below, along with the link for Patreon if you would like to get these readings super early, plus have access to all the extendeds for any collective readings or anything that you find on social media, Instagram or Facebook, which are also in the link below. Remember, this is a general reading. If it doesn't fit, don't make it. You don't want those problems, okay? So this is going to be Aquarius's reading for mid-December love. So the only thing that'll be different, guys, is that you won't be able to see the table for right now. There was a bit of a fire where I live at, so they are fixing things up or whatever they're doing. And then I'll be back there. Everything will be the same. I'm with family. Me and Benny are safe. So, yeah, I just wanted to get that out. Okay. All right, Aquarius, mid-December. We have the distorted feminine. I'm still trying to get this light right, which I don't think I will, but we'll work it out. We have maturity. And we have compatibility. Oof. Okay, Aquarius, this is interesting energy. I'm going to pull your other set of cards too, and we're just going to read them all together. I've been doing that lately. You all know I like to change it up. So we have attraction, getting to know each other. They're telling me to read these backwards, so I'm going to put them back this way. Okay. Romantic feelings and chemistry. It's actually good cards, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Okay. Okay, Aquarius. So you're feeling like you need more. This is very interesting because this is that energy of like, I make sure everybody else is okay, but I make sure everybody else is okay. I'm nurturing, I'm caring to everyone else, but I don't feel like I'm getting that back. It's almost it feels like an unhealthy balance of you doing way too much and not giving enough, or not getting enough, and like being okay with that for a long time and then not being okay with that. So it's a really hard transfer of feelings about that, you know? So you're looking to see how to change that. This is more like, what is it that we have in common? What is it that we have in common, and what is it that we have in common, and why is it that I can't reignite that thing? It's almost like seeing something in your partner or in love in general. Like for those of you who are single and trying to find someone, looking at the people that you're connecting with and being like, I want these things that I cannot find within this specific person or in the people that I'm looking for. Why is that? Why is that a thing that's happening? What I'm seeing though, Aquarius, is that you're growing up. With maturity here, you're growing up. Not only mentally or physically, but like spiritually. And you're realizing that in the current relationship you're in, or the one that you're going to get into, we have to learn how to get to know each other. We have to learn more about each other and see if we're compatible. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like reigniting the attraction. Figuring out what you two like and what you don't focus on what you don't like together, but more focusing on the things that you do like and the things that you do like together. The reason why you would choose to be around or with this person. Like that. I feel like that's what's important for you to get these feelings back before they get even more distorted. Or I don't want you, Aquarius, to get to a point where you feel like you're giving too much, you're doing too much, and you're not getting that back. That's not fair. So yeah, it's about you reigniting that, what you liked about this person before, to fall in love again, you know? Let's see what your cards say. I forgot what deck I was using. We're going to use, yeah, we're just going to use the Tarot of the Divine, actually. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups, the Devil, the Two of Swords, the Tower. Yeah, whatever this is, it feels like it's been coming to a head for a long time. And it's that energy of now it needs to be rectified. Ace of Cups, Empress, Nine of Cups. You may be really in your emotions too, by the way, Aquarius. Strength. Bottom of the deck, the three cards at the bottom, we have the King of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. Okay. Okay. The King of Wands is telling me that you gotta find a specific direction. So I feel like you always known that something was an issue, or that something was going to become an issue, because it's been an issue in the past as far as you being able to move forward or achieve whatever kind of passion or goal that you wanted. It was always like a small bit of an issue. I feel like you thought you had it under control by nurturing your emotions, or for some of you, this is like, oh, I'm just going to find the person that really bless me, sorry, that really loves me or really cares for me. Or I'm also getting this thing with like, I'm gonna let the other person deal with it, and when they get in touch with their emotions, then everything will be fine. But this is a realization that you direct some of this to, you know, like how you interact with this also makes a difference. So yeah, it's a different way to approach things. It's almost like love and affection, and maybe over caring has worked. It has. But for the long haul, that's where the problem is going to be, because you realize you're not getting to that specific goal. The King of Wands, even though he's very focused, he's very stuck sometimes, because he only has one particular goal or one particular event that he's really trying to get to. I feel like there's a bit of an expansion that they're trying to get you to see, Aquarius. Yeah, very much over nurturing. And that has worked logically, mentally, that has worked for a little while. But when it comes to the particular achievement of the goal, this is where you're having problems. Okay. So in the past, we have the Six of Cups. Some of you got back with someone. Some of you thought something smoothed over. And I feel like it's almost like somebody tried to smooth it over with you. I don't think you're the smoother over. Okay. So I feel like someone else's actions or their decision to do something different made it feel like things were going okay. So you were like, oh, we're nurturing this. Things are going good, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like whatever the old issue was started to come up. Or you started to see, yeah, we got the Six of Cups again, the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands in reverse. Absolutely. So whatever you thought was working with this Six of Cups wasn't working. You know, it feels like you thought that you were confident or steady where you were, but you realized that this direction wasn't the right one. It's kind of like the further that you get into it. So it reminds me of a skill. So let's say you taught yourself how to play piano and you only know like 3 chords or something weird like that. And you're thinking, all I need to know are these 3 chords and I don't need to know anything else. But then you have like you tell somebody, oh, I've been playing piano for 15 years. And they're like, oh, you know, I play piano, then you can play this. And you're confident that you can because all you knew were those 3 chords. But then when it gets in front of you, you're like, oh man, I should have kept studying. I should have learned more chords because I don't know how to do this. That's what it's kind of like. So I feel like you are being hit with not like a real scenario, but a real situation where you have to see that this wasn't exactly perfect. It was just enough to get by. So then we have the Devil and the Two of Swords. Yeah, this is like ego. Aquarius, this is like sitting in your own ego because you didn't want to change, or maybe you didn't want to see anyone. You didn't want anyone to see you do bad. You didn't want to feel like you gave up. You didn't even, you know, this could even be as well like you just didn't want to deal with it. And it was easier to just stay in how you were doing it. What is the point of getting out of it when it's working for you? On the Devil, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Four of Swords in reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, that Devil energy is you needing to like do a wake-up call that you can't keep going into the same things and expecting different results. You know, it's like things aren't growing. You have like opportunities to have a new stable. They're not saying stable though. They're saying like they want you to like adjust your foundations, Aquarius. That's the call. The call is to adjust your foundations. You're not going to want to do it. You're going to feel like you're going back over something you don't want to. But the thing is, it feels like you keep going back into something, but not dealing with it, but letting it go like, well, it'll fix itself or whatever, you know, but it's not. So that's why we keep having to go back into this thing. Page of Swords, Three of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, they're definitely trying to get you to pay attention, make a move, to let it hit, to let it marinate, to understand that there's something else that needs to be done or some other move that needs to be done. Yeah, this is like, you know what I get? When there's a good moment for you to insert some information, you need to insert it. So pay attention, and when the person that you're dealing with is in a good mood, that's when you should integrate something in. Be careful about going too fast with it, because this person and you are used to it being a certain way. So you don't want to be aggressive. But you're starting to see though, even though you're not like saying anything or doing anything specific, you're starting to see that this person is like overindulging in their own happiness and what they want to do, and kind of not looking at you or asking you about it, but you're just watching them. Okay. But the Tower and the Ace of Cups, this is understanding that what you have been doing or the foundations of this love situation is not working. And you need to figure out how to rekindle it back the way that it was before. You know, like getting to know each other. You're trying to revive a relationship or a feeling that you have with that person. 9 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 8 of Wands in reverse. You gotta tear those walls down, Aquarius. I love you. So you have to tear those walls down, because with those walls being up, you can't work on anything. Okay? It's blocking all the change that needs to come in. It's actually just going to make it heavier every time. It's going to make the situation worse every time. Because, you know, spirit in the universe has to do more things or more elaborate ways to knock the walls down. They really don't want to do that, but they're going to have to if they're trying to get through to you. Ace of Cups. Ooh, the Hierophant in reverse, Chariot in reverse, and the Tower. Listen, out here in these streets. With 3 major arcana this heavy, okay? So, yeah, they're trying to knock your foundations down to see things differently, because the rules and regulations, the ideals that you have set are not working. They're not pulling you forward. They're not actually going in the same direction as the person that you're dealing with, or with the universe if you're trying to manifest a new relationship. It's just not going in the same direction. The Tower here is you just trying to hold on to a specific idea. The thing is, you're trying to refill your cup, but you're like, I'm only going to do it on my terms, and that's not going to work. Okay? So they're trying to get you to go through this spiritual maturity type of thing to get to know yourself better, as well as your partner, depending on what your situation is. We have the Empress and the 9 of Cups here. So much potential here. So much potential for love. Yeah. So here's the thing. For those of you who are with someone, you do have things that you are compatible with. That's the reason why you were attracted to each other. Okay. And I feel like this is a reinvestigation of that, you know. Reinvestigate, honestly, because I feel like you've been nurturing things too much, or being too much of a feminine, or too much of a nurturer, too much of a mother, too much of a whatever. Benny, no. Benny. Or too sorry. Too much. Benny, stop being banned. You gonna get us evicted. So, yeah, too much of a nurturer, too much of a mother. And I feel like you're forgetting about what makes you happy, because you have found happiness like this divot is what I'm seeing. Like a hole. You settled in this hole of nurturing. You're like, this is what I do. This is where I feel like I'm cared for. This is where I feel like I'm useful. So I'm going to stay here. But the thing is, I feel like you're doing too much of it, and you're not being true to yourself. That's really what I'm getting here. So with the Empress, we have the Ace of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups, okay? So the Ace of Wands means that you need a turning point or something new. So nothing's matter with what you're doing or being nurturing, okay? But it's you need to change how you're doing it. It's about balancing it in real life. So what it is that you're doing, whether this is family, friends, whatever that is, and then integrating something like your partner or career or something, okay? So it's about getting a good polarity or balance in between two things, and not just always leaning on one thing, okay? I wouldn't be so, with the Knight of Cups in reverse here, I wouldn't be so worried about what someone else can do to make this happy or make you happy. It's not really about that, to be completely honest. So it's about you falling in love with things that you like, finding that balance within someone else. Like, okay, let's say when you met your partner, both of you liked books. I don't know, bookstores. You met at a bookstore. You fell out of love for books because you became a parent, or you always focus on your kids, or you always focus on cooking now, right? Well, now it's time for you to fall back in love with books, which simultaneously makes you happy because you're doing something that you love. And then you and your partner can like go to bookstores together, or start a little small book club and talk about it on the weekends on date night, you know? That's something that both of you can do together. But that's what I mean when I say that. 5 of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Wands in reverse, and the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, it's time for you to move on with your life. This is woe is me. This is just how it is. So I'm gonna settle for this, but not really being happy. And understanding that you just need to move away from it. Life is not supposed to be just a series of fights and arguments and disagreements and not being happy. And it's time to like grow up out of that. That's that spiritual maturity. It's that maturity. You know, it's like realizing that you deserve more than that, and that is not what you've been put on this earth for. Okay. And then in the future, we have Strength, which is actually really beautiful. It's just about you being strong in yourself. Yeah, 9 of Cups, 7 of Cups in reverse, and the Page of Cups in reverse. So once you start focusing on things that you love, or things that make you happy, things that make you feel comfortable, things that, you know, you just love to do, it will clear out the confusion and the illusions of what it is that you have kind of settled on doing. Yeah, it's just helping you become more practical. And in that, you know, you build confidence in your situation because of that. Because I feel like you just don't feel like you're in control, Aquarius. Yeah, there's some areas that need to be healed. But first, there's light that needs to hit them. And once you realize that light, or that light illuminates the situation, I feel like then you can start healing the things that you can see. Because if you can't see it, you can't heal it. See what I'm saying? All right. So let's pull some chakra cards for you. Okay, Aquarius. So the first one we have is impasse. You're the hardest person to get through in this situation. Whether you know it or not, I feel like you don't see it that way because it's you. You know, nobody thinks that about themselves. But I feel like you're putting a lot of blocks to things because I feel like you don't want fights and disagreements. So you're just like, if I just put a block here, if I just stay with what I'm doing, then everything will be fine. I don't have to deal with it. Okay. Vanity, we have thinking about themselves. You are dealing with either partners or a partner that has a really hard time seeing things from the other side. I don't think that that is their forte. This is a person that you have to say stuff to directly. So if you're hoping that they'll catch on, they will not. That's not a person that does that. We have grief. Yeah, Aquarius, you're going to have to let go of what the old habits and old things were. If you need to hold one of those like spiritual symbolism funerals for the past, then do that. Okay. But it's time to move forward so you can open your heart up to a new sense of love or a new way of doing things so you can change your perception, right? Like I said, there's something that you need to see with this Ace of Swords, and I feel like that's what this stone is. It's like that moment, that light that lights up your heart, and you realize like how to love in different ways. It's not just about caring for people or doing for people. There's more to love than that. And then you can start to heal that. You know, wonderful, right? Okay, so Alice says, all must have prizes. I've never seen this one. Trying to please everyone. Did I not say that? Trying to please everyone. So, listen. You are not the healer of the world, Aquarius, okay? Or the people around you, okay? They're actually going to have to put some work into. So, unfortunately, this is going to be a moment where you got to think about yourself. Because there are things that you want to happen in your life. There are things that you want to do. There are things that you want to enjoy, right? And you're going to have to start building foundations in that energy now. You know? It's not about giving all you have until you're on empty. Okay? All right, Aquarius, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.